So here we are at the first bar in the morning. It's pretty early. I like to get here about 6:30 or 7 at the first bar. Mainly just the fact that I like to be by myself. You know, I like talking with people, but the morning's a bit rough. I don't really want to talk with anyone, so I get here nice and early. I got my headphones, got my Dre Beats. No, I don't have Dre Beats. Those are too fancy for me. I got my coffee, but I'll just put on some Pandora or a podcast or something, and I'll listen to some music while I count. Excuse my voice, been a little sick lately. We're gonna power through this though. Life goes on, work must go on. So when I get here, I gotta count everything in the bar, and attention to detail is super important. And the truth is you can grow this business bigger than I did, even if you're so motivated. I always ran about 8 to 10 bars and made plenty of money, especially with my other job going on. You could grow this to 25 bars if you hired more people to do counting for you. And Bev & Co did this. I don't know how successful they are at it. I couldn't stand having someone else do my counting for me. My business is my reputation, so I would only do it myself. Attention to detail is everything. So if you're gonna listen to music and bring snacks and food and all that, don't get distracted. Make sure you pay attention to detail. You can't miss bottles every week and just have things show up off, and you're scrambling, and pretty soon your reputation goes to shit. So make sure you pay attention to detail when you get going here. So we're gonna count everything. Here's the closet. Let's turn the light on. I'm not gonna show you everything, but basically, if you've taken inventory before, you know what the hell that this is all about. We got the upstairs, we got bottles up there that I also go up and count. And then obviously, just all the beer and the wine. This is the beer cooler. Come to count all that. And then, I'm gonna go through the bar and count all the whole bottles, and I'm gonna weigh the empty bottles with the Bluetooth scale, which is super fast and super accurate, and I can fly through everything. Take inventory about twice as fast on the app than the traditional clipboard inventory. So once I'm done here, I'm gonna head to the next bar. I'll collect the invoices and the P-mix from here. It depends on the bar you work at, that you work for, how you collect the invoices and the product mix, the sales data report. Some places, they trusted me, and I would just go on the computer and grab the sales data. I would grab the invoices out of the file and just take them with me. Or I'd take a picture of them. Other places, the manager just sent them to me, that he would scan the invoices and send them to me by email, send me the sales data, and I would just upload all that at home. So kind of depends on the place. Some places had the keys for me, and I would just go there. I mean, some places I went at 4 in the morning, so I'd be done. Other places, they wanted to let me in, so I had to wait for that. So this is my bar that I run here still. I take inventory for it, so I can come whenever I want. So I'll count this inventory, and take me about an hour and 15, and then I'll be done, and we'll be heading to the next bar. I'll see you there. So that's it. I'm off to the next bar now to repeat the same process. This inventory will take me about an hour and 15 minutes. I'll be done. This is only about 15 minutes away, this bar. Something you'll want to do once you get established is try to arrange your bars on the same day that geographically are close together, so you're more efficient. In the beginning, you kind of take what you can get and drive where you need to drive. And that's the thing with this business, is the overhead is nearly non-existent. It's all gas and parking, which you can write off. You get a business card, write off the gas, write off all your parking. Whenever I travel out of town to cities, I write off the hotels, save a ton of money. That's the great thing about having a business. So I'll head here, be done for the day. I'll be done around 12 or noon today. I don't have that many bars anymore that I do inventory for. I'm so busy online and doing other consulting projects. I only have a couple I'm doing right now, but they're some of my favorite clients, so I keep them. It's easy. The money per hour is really good. But in my prime, for about 3 years there, I was doing 8 to 10 bars at a time, all the time. So I was making about $100,000 to $120,000 a year. Plus I was managing the bar still, so I was making good money. And the best thing about it is I was really helping. I mean, I was helping the bars save a ton of money, and all the managers were happy with me. The retention rate was long, and what I tended to do after I'd been going for a while, when I first started the business, is I started adding value. I started learning more and more things I could do to help them save money, and I didn't even charge them for it. It's certain things that consultants could charge for, but I gave it to them for free, and They loved me for it, and they kept me forever. I was keeping bars for 3, 4, 5 years, and they never wanted to get rid of me because I kept offering value every month beyond just the inventory. So it was rough going for a while, but this business, it's been really good to me. And I always use the Shawshank Redemption metaphor. Andy Dufresne crawled through a river of shit, came out clean on the other side. That's my Morgan Freeman. I know it's not very good. I'm working on it. Impressions is not really my thing. So I'll be at the next bar in a few minutes. I'll do everything again. I'll collect the invoices and PMix, and then head back to the home office, be done for the day. And so we'll head back there, and I'll show you what we do when we get home. See you there. Okay, so here I am. I am back in the home office. I'm done taking inventory for the day. It's what time? It's a little before 11 o'clock. And the second inventory, this is when people will start to show up. It's a little bit later. That first one, it's just me and my headphones, and I'm by myself. I have alone time, which I like, but it's super important that you network with people. So it's good when you go to the inventories, if the manager's there, the owner, that you speak with them. Okay, retention is the name of this game. And the longer you retain people, the less you have to go out and acquire new bars. So I had clients for years just because I made a close connection with them. So in the morning, maybe you don't feel like talking with people. Sometimes I'm like that, but it's very important that you get in there, you're friendly. You know, you ask them, hey, Bob, how was your trip to Lake Shasta this week on the houseboat? You know, ask him about his kids. How did Jenny have a good time? And he's like, oh yeah, we were catching fish this big. Oh man, that's awesome. You've got to connect with them, and they will keep you on for a long time. Besides the fact that you're actually helping them, it's really hard to get rid of someone who you're really close to. So that's very important. So I'm here now. I'm going to run the reports. It's important that you stay on top of your business. You can't get home and be like, oh, I'll do it later today. Come home, sit down, get it done. Run the reports, upload the sales data, run the reports, troubleshoot if there's any problems. If there are problems in the report that don't make sense, you need to call the manager or email them or text them, whatever, and say, hey, can you check in the storage room? I have 2 extra bottles of Tanqueray. Doesn't make sense. Have them take care of all of that. And then send out your quick summary report to the bartenders. Say, hey, this is what we need to work on. You're done for the day. I'll be done before noon today because I've got the system down. Unless something goes wrong with the reports or I got to troubleshoot something, I'll be done. I won't have anything to do for the rest of the day. I coach basketball. I have basketball practice tonight at 7. I'll prepare for that. I'll chill. I'll go to basketball practice, come home, have dinner, and I'll watch a movie with my wife, and that's it. Today is actually Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I don't have anything on Friday. My weekend is here. I'll work on my online business with Bar Patrol. I'll do some writing. That's it. So by noon today, I'm finished with this. I stay on top of it, and I retain clients for a long time. So I'm going to show you really quick here what I do with the reports, and then that'll end the day in the life of a bar inventory consultant. All right, let's head to the computer. Okay, so here we are online. The first thing we do when we sit down and get home is I make sure that I have the product mix or the PMix report, which is just the sales data from the owner or manager. And if I have access to their POS system, like some of them gave me, I would just simply send it to myself. If not, some of them aren't comfortable with that, I will just email them and say, hey, I need the product mix report, and they will email it to me. And all it is it's an Excel version of their sales data. So it just exports their sales data for the week to Excel, and it looks like this. And the Bar Patrol software just reads the item number, so it knows exactly how much was sold of every single cocktail they sold. So I just get this by email, I download it to my computer, and then we simply go here to upload PMix, and we're just going to choose the file right here, and it's going to upload it immediately. And it uploads in 2 seconds. And what it looks like, I'll show you the after effect. You can see all the inventory is taken at this bar. This is what it looks like. So you can see the number sold of every single one and the total sales total. So it just reads that Excel spreadsheet and uploads it so we know exactly what the bartenders rang in. Then the variance report is going to show you what they actually poured, and then we're going to find out the difference. So after I've uploaded this, I simply run a variance report for the week. We'll say it's the week of this. This is an inventory done a while ago. I'm just going to show you an example. And then I'm going to go through and troubleshoot and see how they did. So it gives the overview, bottle, draft, liquor, and wine, and the variance. 11.66 is not too bad. We want that down to 5 or 7%. But most of the bars, when you go on the first week and you do a demo for them, they're up around 27%. So This isn't the worst thing in the world. But what we want to do is go to the results tab, and now we can see the ounces rung in based on the sales data and the ounces they actually poured in, whether they're over or short on everything. And so what I'll go do is I'll look for big numbers in the variance report. The green is positive, the red is negative, and I'll look for really big numbers and discrepancies, especially in this over short column. So if they're kind of, okay, and I'll look for big numbers over here. I'm not going to show you everything now. One of the things I noticed on this report when I ran it for this demo is that like Stoli Raspberry is short 34 ounces. There's 33.8 ounces in a 1 liter bottle, so that's short almost a bottle, and they only had 2 rang in, so something weird's here. And then what I also noticed is that Stoli is over 32 ounces. You can see this big number here. So this is too much of a coincidence for this to be off like this. So what probably happened is I entered Stoli instead of Stoli Raspberry and entered the wrong bottle here. So I'll go back into the inventories and I'll switch it back, and this will even out just fine. So once we get here, we can tell I tell the owner or the manager that the report is ready. They can come view it online, or if you want to export it to Excel, you can do that and send it to an Excel version if you don't want to give them online access to your stuff. I mean, that's something that I didn't like them to do at first, and then pretty soon I just let them have online access. Then you'll send them that report. You'll send an email out, say, hey, here's the report, it's ready, here's what's wrong, and then you need to email the bartenders. And I just did that with a quick summary report. I took the logo, I put the logo up here, I took it off here, just so you don't know which bar it is, but I'll give a quick overall summary. I'll put the date up here, and then I'll put the products that were off by a lot. If they're not too far off, I won't enter it in. I'm not going to enter every single thing. I just want them to know what they were short on, and then I'll do some additional notes. And this is when the bar was not doing well, because this bar normally was down to 3 or 4%, and so they were at 11%. And I told them this is a red flag to start doing individual audits of bartenders. There were some missing bottles that had happened, and I tell them cameras may be checked to see if we can find out what's happened to the missing bottles. So this kind of puts a scare into them. This is the whole psychology of why they pour so accurately with me, is I let them know I'm watching them, and if they don't, fall into line, I will spot check them, and they will be in trouble. So this usually brought the numbers right back down to where they're supposed to be. And then I kind of do a quote of the week. This is up to you. You don't have to, but fast is fine, but accuracy is everything. Wyatt Earp. And I would do some inspirational quotes and all that. So this is just a 1-page summary report. Sometimes I'd have to do a little bit longer. I'd go 2 pages, but I try to keep it short because they're busy and they don't have a lot of time, and they just need to get to the heart of the matter and what's going on, so they'll pour better the next week. Then I send that off to the bartenders. I CC the owner and manager to let them know that I've sent that off to the bartenders, and I'm done for the day. So that's it. That is the day in the life of a bar inventory consultant. That's what I do. That's what my students do who I teach. If you have the book, great. If you don't have my book, Bar Consulting Secrets, send me an email at dave@therealbarman.com, and I will send you a free copy. You'll want to read this. This is the Bar Consulting Secrets, how to make $100,000 or more as a bar inventory consultant. That's it for the day. I'm Dave, the Real Barman. I'm out.